Luke is better than Tucker. Let's utilize that, and then let's find different ways. We get now Chipotle Ben can come in and he can run block and cut off the backside and maybe find some different things that these guys' skill sets fit to make the offense even more efficient. But understanding Tucker is that total package that you want back sooner rather than later. But, man, if I'm Luke Musgrave, I am chomping like, all right, I didn't know I'd even get another opportunity. Now it's here. I am as prepared as I possibly can be. I'm healthy. Let's go out and show why they picked me in the second round. He's a second-round pick, right?
Correct. You are correct, yes.
There you go.
So my last question on this so we can get to Joe Thomas, and you can have your beef with him about his beef. And this applies to the Jaden Reed question a little bit, too. And I use the line from, one of my favorite movies, Moneyball. We can recreate him in the aggregate. The challenge of both Reed, who does everything well, right? He can go downfield. He lines up in the slot. You can give him the ball as a running back. You can give it to him on jet sweeps and pop passes. Tucker Kraft, he can run block. He can pass block. He can chip and thump. He can certainly run every route in your route tree. How much more difficult does it become when you have to replace a guy who does everything well with a bunch of guys that do one aspect of what he does well? You know what I mean? Like, Luke Musgrave is not going to be your first choice to be always thumping Myles Garrett on his way out for a passing play, right? Chipotle Ben is probably more effective in that way. So how does that change your offensive game plan when you don't have that guy that does everything well?
Well, it makes it more complicated, but you can, again, look at it either in a positive light or in a negative. You could say, well, yeah, that sucks. We're missing our best aerial weapon in Tucker Kraft. Or you could say, this is going to give us a chance to get more guys involved and see what we have to build our depth and to give I just think you have to be excited for Luke. And I think if you're Matt LaFleur, if you're Adam Stenovich, you're thinking, all right, let's see, because we think we don't know because we haven't seen enough of what Musgrave can do. But all of a sudden this is, okay, if we have you can get more guys involved, and that's always a concern, more so in the wide receiver room than the tight end room because, as we know, receivers may be a little more difficult to manage the egos and the expectations of targets. But you can now spread this around, and if guys don't respond, it's really hard for them to complain later about how many reps they're getting. And if they do respond, you find roles for them, even if it's limited packages. So you can see maybe it is Chipotle Ben's really good at cutting off the backside, or he's really good at thumping, really good pass rushers. And all of a sudden now when you're in the playoffs or you're late in the season and a team comes to town, oh, well, boy, his skill set fits this really well. That's the way you look at it. That's why coaches get paid big bucks. It's to solve problems. And when Tucker Kraft, if he is unable to play, that is a problem. Now you have the depth. You have three other guys. Figure it out. Figure out what's going to work. That would be, I guess, my quote.
It's good advice. Not that Tito's doesn't go with everything, because it does. But I feel like you get a little Wagyu beef, you get a little Tito's with, you could muddle it, whatever you might do. Sounds like a pretty good night for you and old T there.
Oh, well, I know Joe loves Tito's. We all love Tito's. You're at a golf outing. You win it. You take last. It doesn't matter. Mix of Tito's right now. Bloody Marys. Start your day. Out on the course, get a transfusion. A little grape juice, of course, mix it with Tito's. And at the end of the day, if you want to go cranberry, you want to go lemonade, you want to go tonic, just make sure it's Tito's handmade vodka that you mix in with it. And Tito's gives back in a big way. They're out at all these charity events as well. They partner with nonprofits. They do real good out in the communities across the country, and especially for our four-legged friends. So next time you're raising a glass, make it with Tito's handmade vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Joe Thomas, Hall of Fame football player, Hall of Fame rancher, Hall of Fame guy. Jesse, did he sign your book for you, or are you going to have him sign it on the air?
Oh, he did sign the book. Yeah, look at Yeah, right.
It just says, did he write a nice little note to you, Jesse, to the world's greatest producer?
Wait a second.
To Tausch.
I do. Let me rephrase that. Joe did give me a book, and Jesse stole it. Just like the Jones Dairy meat from Christmas, he stole it and didn't tell me about it. Did he give you Wagyu beef too?
He did when he was in the studio when you were on
wait
your
a second.
sabbatical.
So he gave me a book and probably beef, and you stole all of it.
To
What's
Tausch.
going on around here?
Very, very, very frustrating.
Yes, indeed, I am.
That's amazing. And he opened it.
Yes,
and
that's
it
for
was
you.
addressed to you.
I need a book.
More Wilde Tausch with Joe Thomas scheduled to appear next. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine Specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit oawspinecenter.com.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com. UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Homestead High School's Connor Pangallo. In Homestead's 42-7 win over Whitefish Bay on Thursday, Pangallo had 12 carries for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. On top of that, he would later take a 93-yard kick return to the house for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Through 4 games, Pangallo has led the Highlanders to an undefeated record with 690 yards and 10 touchdowns. Pangallo is in his senior year and is also an all-conference baseball player. Congrats to Connor Pangallo, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Grand Slams and Walk-Offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Joining us now, the man who signed a book for Mark Tauscher.
Just got it now, 3 years later.
And Jesse didn't even read it while he had it. Otherwise, he would have known that it was signed to someone like you.
I knew it was autographed. I did not realize it was dedicated to Tausch.
Joe, I just want to apologize. I besmirched you as you're handing out Wagyu beef to Jason and to Jesse in autographed books. And I besmirched you, and I want to make sure I take back my besmirchment because I actually did get a book. I just never received the book. So I want to apologize to you first before Jason introduces you.
It's Joe Thomas on Wilde Tausch.
Hey, everybody. Hey, this is where Jesse Nelson, the world's greatest producer, gives that round of applause, that button that he presses where everybody goes, but Tausch, thank you so much. This has been really fun sitting in the waiting room and listening to all the shenanigans that's going on. I appreciate you on the take back to the besmirching. However, I would love it to be able to give you that book and the Wagyu beef in person, but you're always on vacation. Every time I come in, and I'd love to see my buddy, my great friend, going all the way back to my Wisconsin days, hang out in Wando's bar, but he's always on vacation.
I learned from watching Joe.
Wisconsin.
I learned from watching you. Every time I look at you or Annie's Instagram page, you're in South Africa, you're in Germany, you're in Switzerland, you're in Bavaria, and I'm just trying to
in Bavaria.
Take a couple snippets from what you're doing.
Well, those are work trips, Tausch. Let's be clear.
Sure.
I'm an Instagram influencer, so I have to take these trips and post to the world to all my hundreds of followers, or I can't make ends meet over here on the Hall of Fame Beef Farm.
Fair enough.
Joe, we want to talk some football. We want to talk Badger football and offensive line. We want to talk about your former team, the Cleveland Browns. I had a few conversations with folks this week. It's got to be tough to be a Cleveland Browns fan. But before anything else, I am proudly wearing my Hall of Fame beef hat. Now, you and I, yes, you're welcome for my service, and thank you for the beef sticks. They were delicious. And I got my book right away, by the way. But I need your help because you're a dad, but you and I, very similar, right? Lots of similarities between you and I.
Person.
I mean, we're practically twins. If it's the Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger version of twins.
Who's who?
I think we know that one. But I'm a big dad hat guy that I curve the brim because I'm an old man and I'm trying to rep the brand and the flat brim. You look like you are a flat brim guy. Do I just need to get used to it? Is it as simple as that?
It's the new wave. I've got a couple hats. I've got the farmer hat, with the curved brim, of course, that I usually wear when I'm out in the fields because it covers the sun a little bit better, on the side of my face. I'm getting older. I got the crow's feet coming, and as like I said, Instagram influencer, trying to keep the boyish good looks going. So you got to keep the sun off the side of your face. But, the young kids today, they want to wear the USA Hall of Fame beef hat with the flat brim.
Got a couple fans want to say hi to Joe.
Oh, my gosh. The kids are here. Get them away. Where's security? Somebody help Tausch and Jesse.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what's going on. We're just glad we're glad it's 9:30 and not 3:30. This is 3:30 with the Titos and everything else. We couldn't control what the heck is going on. So, Joe, this is what happens. Nobody comes over. You come on the screen, and girls are just coming over doing Lord knows what. So, I apologize. Here we go.
That's what happens when you're an Instagram influencer.
That is true. You're influencing these ladies to. Oh, boy.
But somehow, even though I'm this big influencer now, I can't influence the ladies in my own house. I can't get my kids to wake up and show up on time to school and get their shoes. Can't get the wife to do anything. But Yet virtually I'm
Still
having
get it done,
influence
Joe.
over the ladies at the golf outing that Wilde and Tausch are at right now.
Well, Tausch and Jess you're at. So I saw this before we get into the Browns stuff. You had Wagyu up to Green Bay. I saw Lucas Van Ness has been posting your Instagram influencing a lot of Green Bay Packers, including one of the biggest acquisitions we've ever seen in Micah Parsons. Tell us a little bit about how that came together.
Well, it's pretty amazing because Wagyu beef seems to have this magnetic effect where people just are drawn to it. And so I didn't have any relationship with Lucas Van Ness, but being an Iowa guy, Midwest guy, he understands what good beef means and how it can fuel his body. And so he actually reached out to us on Instagram. So I sent him a package and I said, here, first one's on us, guys. Happy to help you out, even though you don't play for my team anymore. So I gave him some steaks and he loved them. And now he's a customer. He's actually buying it. And so I was up there at Lambeau Field giving a speech to Compeer Financial. And I said, hey, I'm coming up. If you want me to help save on shipping, I can bring you a few steaks. And he goes, great. I want 150 Wagyu steaks for me and the boys. I'm going to just put it in the locker room and let it be a grab bag. I want to do something nice for the team. And so awesome. I said, well, hey, hang on. Is this thing on? I said, thanks, Lucas. That's amazing. I appreciate that. But unfortunately, we've sold a lot already. We don't have 150. I was like, I can find 50 in my special friends and family stash that I keep offline that we don't sell. So I brought those up there for him. And, unlike Wilde, who still has yet to post anything about the freebie Hall of Fame beef that I gave
wait,
to him.
He's an influencer. He didn't put anything up?
Nothing. Didn't put a single thing. And he blames that he was busy with training camp. Yet Micah Parsons, who I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's this new player that's
I
on
heard
defense.
And
Lucas Van Ness, who don't really have a lot of followers, and they're not really busy this week in the middle of the game week, found a way to be able to not only post the day that I gave them the beef, they bought the beef, but they also cooked it that day. So apparently Wilde is a higher level of influencer that I've yet to really penetrate in his market to be able to influence him. But he is wearing the hat, so I do appreciate him. So at least we're making some level of progress.
Yeah, I feel like I should cook it first. I mean, I'm happy to stand in front of my freezer holding my frozen beef saying how great of a person Joe Thomas is. I have no problem with that, but I have not cooked it yet, no. And I'm a little nervous, too. I feel pressure because what if I burn it? Like, I feel like maybe I should bring in someone who's a little bit, like, not Tausch, because we know he also makes chewy smoked meats. Yeah, so he's not going to help me. That's true. Like, I just don't want to mess it up. That's all.
Well, the good news is, Wilde, you don't have to worry about it because our beef is unmess-upable because of the intramuscular fat, the marbling on this stuff. It's like 3 times what prime quality USDA beef is. So you really can't mess it up. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. Even yesterday, when I dropped off the beef, I tried to take like a nice little Instagram video. And so I put it on there on my story and I posted it and spent a good bit of time. But even a guy that used to play for the Cowboys, and he's new to Wisconsin, so probably new to the high quality beef that we had, he didn't mess it up. And so I think if Micah Parsons can make a Hall of Fame beefsteak perfection, I think Jason Wilde can probably double that. I believe in you, buddy.
I agree, too.
And you know what? If you don't trust yourself, I have to go back up and pick up my Yeti cooler that I dropped off with Lucas at some point. So I will personally come up there with fresh steaks, and I will cook them for you, and I'll baby bird it if you really need that much assistance. And then I'll take the photos for you. I'll write the caption. I'll even put it in your Instagram if you want for you. So all you have to do is press send.
All right, I will go pick up your.
Now that is
cooler.
That's full service. That's what we do at Hall of Fame Beef. We don't play around.
All right, can we talk about football now?
I don't know. I actually like
all
talking
right,
about beef.
It's kind of fun. Yeah.
Joe, what's the big? Because I did note A4 to A5. Like A5 is just unbelievable.
So the answer is no.
Yeah,
no, we can, but I do want to know what is the big difference? Because you think Wagyu, you think Wagyu is going to be good, but what separates A5 from A4? What's that? That's a one digit. Why is it so good?
It's only one. It's one number.
That's what I'm saying.
No, so as you can imagine, I've gone quite deep in the beef rabbit hole because that's just what I do with things. I become too obsessed, and so the A4 and the A5, it's on the Japanese rating scale. And it not only is it about the amount of intermuscular fat, it's about the color of the beef. It's about how the fat is spread out. It's about the thin or thickness of the veins of fat that go through. So really, like, you and I would probably have a hard time differentiating, but these Japanese guys that have been grading this their entire life, it's a big difference in, is that $50 an ounce if it's A5 versus like 20 if it's A4. So like it makes a big deal with that rating scale, but it's on like another level that we can't even really understand, and we probably really can't even really appreciate it, whether you buy A5 or A4.
And Joe, there's no A6 or 7, is there?
Not yet, but Hall of Fame beef is going to get up to that level. Don't worry. Tausch, when you were in Japan, did you get any of the A5 over there?
That's where we got real dialed in, and yes.
On the hot rocks. So that's actually my favorite way. Just like the thin strips.
You don't have to cook it for long. Yeah, it's
amazing.
All right, Jason, go ahead. You want to talk about Myles Garrett?
Myles Garrett.
All the time. Jeez, what is this, like a sports channel or something?
Just to make sure that I'm doing my part for the beef that I have not made yet, but the beef sticks that I have devoured.
They're pretty good, though. The sticks are great.
SixSpringsFarm.com is the website. They'll spell it out, SIX, SpringsFarm.com. You can sign up for alerts, which I have done. More importantly, though, you can get all the different products, including a Joe Thomas autographed knife.
Is that right?
It's got his signature
really nice
embossed in the, and it's not in the handle though. It's in like the cutting area. It's amazing.
Okay.
So you can get that as well. The hat I'm wearing right here, that is also available. I think the hat that Joe is wearing is also available.
You can't buy this one. This is original stock. I bought this on Amazon for $5 because I have a head that's like twice the size of Jesse's even, and so like the regular hats don't fit. So I just put a little like a glue-on logo here or whatever it is. It hasn't fallen off yet, but maybe someday.
Do it yourself
if there's enough
hats.
demand. Yes, making my own hats. Look at this guy.
Again, the website is SixSpringsFarms.com for all your beef.
Or you can go to HallOfFameBeef.com. It takes you both to the same place. If you have a hard time saying it like me and Wilde clearly, just go to HallOfFameBeef.com.
HallOfFameBeef.com. All right.
We got all that.
Speaking of Hall of Famers, Myles Garrett will someday be a Hall of Famer.
Yes, he will.
Tausch and I discussed this earlier in the week. The way you lose to the Browns, given where their offense is at with 68-year-old Joe Flacco at quarterback, is you let Myles Garrett wreck your game and have a sack, fumble. The way the Pack returned for a touchdown, the way the Packers defense is playing, you feel really good about it. You cannot allow a future Hall of Famer to wreck the game. You obviously follow your former team very closely. I think their defense is better than probably Packers fans are realizing this week. How do you view this matchup?
So obviously we've seen the point spread, and the Browns are not favored. Packers are rolling. Browns are doing the opposite. But if I'm a Packers fan, what are the things that I'm looking for when I'm watching this game? One, can I block Myles Garrett, right? Because that's the key. This defense, although maybe when you look at their numbers, you're thinking, well, they're good, but they're not great. No, this is a great defense. It's just the offense hasn't pissed a drop the entire season. They've had like 0 drives, and so they continue to put the defense in difficult situations. But still, the defense has held up really, really well. They've got the best rushing defense in the NFL, and so they really need to actually try to go at the Browns defense with Josh Jacobs to establish that run, because what the Browns defensive strategy is going to be is they want to make the Packers one-dimensional by taking away the run and then allowing Myles Garrett to rush the passer. They've got 2 great cornerbacks, Greg Newsome and Denzel Ward, both Pro Bowl guys on the outside, but their third position, that slot corner, that nickel corner, is really, really weak. And so teams have been going and spreading out their 2 number 1 and number 2 receivers to try to get Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome wide or out of the box and out of that situation where they can have any type of help defense, and then they've gone right at that nickel cornerback position. And so I think that's what Jordan Love is going to try to do. That's what the Packers are going to try to do. But if the Browns are able to get him one-dimensional by stopping the run, then nobody can block Myles Garrett. That's just a absolute fact. That is not subjective. That is objective fact. he's impossible to block, even when you try to double team him. And so it's just a matter of how quickly can we get the ball to our number 3 guy. And so I have a ton of respect for LaFleur. He's an amazing coach. He does a great job setting up plays in series, not just thinking of plays as individual. Okay, this is a good play, that's a good play. Like the way he tries to set it up, the way he shifts in formations to be able to get advantageous matchups in the passing game, I think is going to be really important for the Packers to be able to find a way to get the ball quickly to their number 3 guy, whoever that nickel corner is covering. That's going to be the key to the game right there for the Packers offense.
So, Joe, how would you did not probably have a lot of help throughout your years of playing with chips and with everything else, but if you're devising a plan and you blocked Myles Garrett probably, I believe you said one of the reasons you retired is because you had to block Myles Garrett as much as you did during training camp, because he is unblockable. What would you want as an old tackle, and what do you think is the best way to slow down great pass rushers for average offensive tackles?
Yeah, so the reason Aaron Donald was so dominant for all those years as an interior pass rusher, because it's much harder to handle an interior guy, right? Because you can always slide to him and kind of double him, but it's not like you can add a chip from an interior position. And the way he would get up the field and split those double teams, like he was almost unblockable. That's why they won the Super Bowl when he was there. But on the outside, the best way to block Myles Garrett is to get into empty, right? So no running backs in the backfield, but you take a tight end or 2 sometimes, depending on if you have 2 pass catching tight ends. You put him in that near hip position, kind of off the line of scrimmage, but right off the hip of the tackle. And then before they get out in their route, they give a hit or a chip right down the middle of that defensive end, right down the middle of Myles Garrett. So they slow him down for just a split second, because then he can't get his first 2 steps in the ground like a sprinter would. And that little bit of slowing him down gives the offensive tackle time to get off the ball and then get his feet in balance and beat Myles to the spot that he wants to be at. And then he's still going to lose, but at least you're buying yourself a second and a half. Yeah. You're slowing him down. You're giving yourself a chance to get off the line of scrimmage so that you can beat him to the spot, because Myles wins so often because he's so quick off the ball. So now an offensive tackle is trying to catch up. And right, remember, we're worse athletes than they are. And that's another objective truth. Yep. And so now I'm off balance because I'm trying to catch up to a guy who's already ahead of me. He's running forward. I'm running backwards. And now, because I'm off balance, he can do whatever he wants to me. He can put his foot in the ground and beat me to the inside. He can keep rushing up the field, which that's his best move, is that dip and rip where he turns the corner and he almost takes like a 90-degree angle once he gets about 7 yards up the field and turns towards the quarterback. And so just to be able to prevent that is really important. But the reason you have to have 2 guys in is because Myles is just as good at rushing the passer over the left tackle as he is over the right tackle. And a lot of times on third down, if they like the matchup over the right tackle, or they feel like teams are just trying to jury rig the protection to put an extra guy only on the left side, they'll just flip him over, or he'll just do it himself. He has that freedom in our defense to be able to just say, hey, over there on the other defensive end position, you go over there and rush the left tackle. I'm rushing the right tackle in this position in this series on third down, because I want to be able to get after the quarterback. So it's really important to be able to still have 3 receivers in the route that are available to go down the field with Jordan Love wanting to probably throw the ball a little bit down the field, especially towards the middle, and still having those 2 tight ends or a tight end or another player that can go on both sides of their tackles. So,
Joe, you blocked Freeney, you obviously Myles Garrett. Who
DeMarcus Ware, Terrell Suggs, James Harrison, all those guys.
Yeah, Suggs. What is it about? Is it just because he's such a freak athletically? Like, what is it that makes Myles Garrett? Because there are plenty of players where you have to focus. Julius Peppers. Myles Garrett just seems even different or on a higher level than that.
Yeah, so when I talk to people, I'll give them the 30-second, like, why is Myles Garrett so good? It's because he's 280 pounds. He runs a 4.55, which is great. There's guys that do that in the world, but not many. He's extremely powerful. Like, I had the record in our weight room for the static pull, which is, if you could imagine, like a hang clean position if you're in the weight room, and it's a bar that's connected to the bottom of the power rack. So you can't move it, but it's got a sensor to see like how many pounds you can pull. And my record was like 1,000 pounds or something, like 1,050. And Miles was the only guy that I played with in my entire career that was close to that number. And I'm sure now he's blown that away because he was a rookie. He was like 20 years old at the time when he did that. So he's extremely powerful. But really what makes him unique is his ability to run at full speed, that 4.55 speed, and turn the corner. If you've ever seen training camp, which I'm sure all you guys have, the defensive linemen love to put these big like hula hoops out, and then they run in a circle, right? And it's training them to be able to run on a curve at high speed. And Miles has these really flexible ankles. I'm like a nerd about ankle flexibility, right? Because being able to get your heels in the ground allows you to create the most force through contact. He's able to put his full foot in the ground, so his heel is in the ground. His shin angle, so his shin is like almost touching the ground. Shin angle, almost touching the ground when he's turning that corner. And so it allows him to run full speed, but also be very, very low. If you imagine like a limbo bar at like 3 feet high, he can run 4.5 and do a 90-degree turn. And he's getting under that 3-foot bar because he's so low. And then the power that he has. So as an offensive tackle, now you're trying to move as fast as you can, trying to block a guy that's like 3 feet off the ground. And by the way, as soon as he gets into your pads, now he's lower than you and he can lift you up and throw you into the quarterback, even if you're ahead of him. If you're not ahead of him, he can just dip that shoulder even further. And then now he's going underneath you and then he's coming back downhill onto the quarterback. So he is the impossible player to block out there as a defensive end because of shin angle, speed, power, and his ability to turn that corner by keeping his feet in the ground with his great ankle mobility. So watch for that on Sunday. It'll be fun if you're just a football biomechanics nerd.
Other than that, good luck. Good luck if you're trying to block him.
Good.
So, how would you compare him to Micah? Because Micah, obviously, everybody here is super excited because he has brought that star element to the defensive side of the ball, and he's made the rest of the defense better. He is a freak as well. But what do you see when you're watching Micah? How's his shin angle and all of the things that you're looking at?
Well, if you're looking at somebody who's probably the most similar to Myles Garrett in the NFL today, it's Micah Parsons, right? He's a guy that can play on both sides. He can play off the ball. He can play on the ball. He can put his hand in the dirt. He can play inside. And so he has that versatility that Myles has as well. And he does bend really, really well. I think if you look at maybe how do you differentiate the two guys, I think Micah's probably not as powerful as Myles Garrett is. And that's not saying he's not powerful, but Myles is in a class by himself. Micah typically is playing out of a 2-point stance a lot, and I think his shiftiness and his shake is probably similar to where Myles is. And so he can put his foot in the ground, like his outside foot in the ground as he's rushing. And as a tackle, I'm thinking he's going up the field. But the way he puts that foot in the ground, he can redirect so quickly. And then he uses his hands. And I think it's that relentless motor that gets him a lot of sacks as well. And his ability to use those long arms that he has to extend and wrap up quarterbacks when he's getting close, which is a lot of guys' problem. Like I watched Trey Hendrickson, and I think he was the NFL sack leader last year. He's a great player, but he misses so many sacks because he's right there, but he's not able to just finish that sack by reaching that arm out and bending and dipping and securing the quarterback and bringing him all the way to the ground. Whereas a guy like Micah, like he gets close to that quarterback and he brings him down like every single time. It's really fun to watch those guys, and it's even more fun when I don't have to block them.
It does make things a lot easier when you don't. Joe, last one for me. I know you got to get out and ranch and get that Wagyu and do all that great stuff.
That's right.
Badger football, give us just your quick synopsis of what you've seen so far and what we need. This is a huge, I think we all agree, it's a big boy weekend for Luke Fickell and his staff going against Maryland at home Saturday morning.
Yeah, obviously, so far the offense has not returned to the ground and pound where they can just run the ball at will, like was the signature for Wisconsin teams going back to even before Tausch was there. And I think that's what they really need to do to be able to get something sparked on offense. With losing their quarterback early in the season, it is not going to be a team on offense for the Badgers where they can just throw the ball and catch back up into games. They need to really focus on that run game. They need to dominate and use their size up front. I think looking at the season, everybody kind of expected them to be 2-1 right now. I think when you watch the games, they didn't look as good as we'd hoped as Badger fans because the offense is not really doing anything. Defense is playing fairly well. I think the defense is stepping in the right direction. They're playing physical. I think they're starting to understand the type of football that Luke Fickell wants them to play. But on the offensive side, really, it's got to be that run game that gets going. And this is such an important game to prove not only to themselves, but to Badger fans that we still should believe in this team, that they're really building themselves and growing into this new offense that they're trying to run. And that a beginning, when you switch offensive coordinators, it does become a little bit tough to get things going because offensive football has so many more things that are involved and so much more coordination that has to happen between the offensive line and how they're blocking and their aiming points and the running backs aiming points. And so we expect them to get better, but they have to prove it this weekend against a team that you feel like you should win. And so I think this is a really, really important game because you go 2-2 and you're already losing a game that you feel like you should win and looking not so great in the 3 games that you played before this. And there's going to be even more questions than there already is. So this one is a huge game, even in my opinion, way bigger than Alabama, because I don't think there was a lot of people that were realistic that thought, yeah, we're going to go down to Alabama and beat them, right? But we wanted to look better than we did. But this week, it's you're on the chopping block. Let's go. It's time right now to prove it to us as fans and prove it to yourself that this is headed in the right direction and we can smash mouth football up front and dominate with our offensive line and our run game.
So, Joe, because we're so young and depending on what happens with Renfro at center, there could be 3 redshirt freshmen. How do you go about wanting to do what you're saying? And obviously Grimes has come in and I think has done a really good job of kind of reshaping what the offense is going to look like, but staying patient in an era where you can't be patient. Because, you look at me or even you as a freshman, you grew and got a lot better, and all the guys that you played with that were young, you have to allow for that. But this college football landscape doesn't really allow. How do you kind of rectify that?
It's the situation we're in. It's great to say, like, oh, it'd be nice to have guys that sit around and practice and develop for 3-4 years and then go in and play and they're ready to go. But that's not the reality of college football anymore. And so it's a matter of going in there, and Badger offensive linemen from, going back to when Joe Panos was here and they won the Rose Bowl, like, you build that toughness in training camp. You build the technique and you simplify the offense for these guys. And so you're having concepts that are easy for them to understand and allow them to just play big and physical and tough and smash mouth football. And you don't ask them to do a whole lot of things. Like, it's the same concepts with maybe more window dressing on offense, different shifts, different formations, but getting to a lot of the same concepts where you're pulling your guard, you're running some of those power plays, those inside zones, you're trying to get to a few outside zones, and you're just trying to be patient and impose your will on the defense, which sometimes it's not the most fun thing for an offensive lineman to just go in there and smash skulls for 60 plays a game, but that's our style, and that's what we've been successful in the past, and that's what we really need to focus on. And it's okay to be patient and trying to frustrate the defense and wear them down and then try to win the game in the fourth quarter, because you've got to just look yourself in the mirror and understand who you are and what your identity is going to be, and then you have to lean into it. And you know what? I don't care who's in there. The standard doesn't change, whether you're a freshman, a sophomore, or a junior. If you're wearing a W on your helmet, we're expecting these things from you. And so pushing those guys in the week of practice like they did during training camp and saying, hey, I don't really care how much experience you've had. This is our standard, and this is what we expect of you. I mean, Hubes was doing that to us when we were there. I mean, I played as a freshman. I know, Tausch, you didn't play till the end of your career, but Hubes didn't care. But he was going to coach everybody the exact same way, and he was going to dictate and demand the same things out of everybody.
All right, Joe. So, and we're talking with Joe Thomas. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer, but what he really is a Hall of Fame beef rancher. Again, it's halloffamebeef.com. I just followed the Twitter account, so I'm on top of that now, and you can order straight from the website. Again, I can't recommend enough the beef sticks. I'm sure I'll be able to recommend the steaks once Joe comes and feeds them to me like a little birdie after he cooks them on my grill for me. The speakers have started at the Greater Bucky Open, so we're going to let Tausch and Jesse sit there for a few minutes so Jesse doesn't get put in that awkward position of giving scores and highlights while people are talking about heartfelt things, especially when you're talking about some of the stuff that's going to be discussed today. So, Joe, I just had a couple of quick ones to let you go. One, you and Tausch were just talking about, Badger football. And to me, and I know you've been involved heavily with the Badger collective and everything, that varsity and everything else. The one thing that I would say, more so than it being running back you or tight end you, is that it's always been offensive line you, right? Whether it was guys that were like Tausch, who played at the end of his career and became an 11-year NFL veteran, or a guy like you who came in as a stud recruit and left as a third overall pick. How do you make sure that when you're building a program in today's era, that you are always getting that, hey, we grow great beef in the driftless region, and we grow great offensive linemen in Wisconsin? Does that have to be a priority to make sure that that position is always well stocked, like your Yeti cooler?
Absolutely, because the tradition at Wisconsin, if you ask anybody around the country, it's offensive linemen, even before running backs, because we've had some great running backs here, obviously, but really it was set up because the table was set by the great offensive lines that they had in front. And, being around the offensive coaches a little bit like I've been, they've got a couple great ones as offensive line coaches. Casey Robach, a guy that Tauscher knows very well. I think he's a tremendous coach. Obviously, he's got great experience in the NFL as a player and had a great career at Wisconsin. A.J. Blazek, another great player who played in the Big Ten and is a fantastic coach. And it does take time, unfortunately, to develop offensive linemen. But getting the right guys in there with the right mindset is so important. And to me, that was always what the difference was at Wisconsin, because we recruited guys that were probably similar talent-wise, or maybe even a little notch down from some of the top schools in the country. But identifying those traits that are not talent related were so important, I think, for bringing in guys to Wisconsin and then coaching them really hard, working them really hard in the weight room, getting the right weight on them, making sure that they're physically able to be strong and to be dominant in the fourth quarter. I think it was so important because they wanted guys that bought into the culture, that were willing to work, and they're willing to do the things that the other guys were not willing to do. And they were doing it with a team-first approach. And I believe that the guys that we've got there as coaches in the offensive line room are the right guys for that job. And I think now, seeing that an offense that is being run is similar, to be able to lean into that Wisconsin culture of offensive linemen with the tough, physical, hardworking, team-first guys, I think that it's definitely headed in the right direction. But I think all of us in Badger Nation now want to be able to see that on Saturdays. They want to see that the progress is being made, and that you can have a game that you can hang your hat on and say, look, boom, right there. That's it. That's the Wisconsin offensive line that I'm used to seeing. They've got the right players in there. They've identified the guys that have the ability and the willingness to go in for 60 minutes on a Saturday and run power 40 times if you have to run right at the other team and be more physical, more dominant, and win that war of attrition up front. And being around some of those offensive linemen, there's some young guys, but I think they have that mindset of the offensive lines of the past for Badger football that became so great, because offensive line play is not about the talent. Really, a lot of times it's about your technique and your effort and your toughness and your willingness, like I said before, to do the little things that the other guy is not willing to do because it's too hard or too uncomfortable.
All right, last thing so we can get you back to the cows and everything else you've got going on. I like to think of myself as a very nice person who occasionally can zing people, whether it's Brian Bulaga with Bruce Irvin, or Iowa's frequent inability to score points, or it's you with your incredible decorated career, and I love you, but you never went to the playoffs. And I'm just wondering if, I know I do that to you all the time because I'm a jerk. I get it. But I have a purpose this time for once. By the way, we got a question. Is your Hall of Fame bust in the background? Do you have like a replica or?
It's a replica, but it's a nice replica. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. He's got nice sunglasses on, of course. And he's got the dog bone chain. Yeah, that's right. So it's not the original. Obviously, that one's in Canton. But they give you a really nice plastic replica that looks just like it. And so awesome. I got Joe Cool behind me. But what I was pointing to was my glass case that's empty, and it's my NFL playoff participation trophy that is coming maybe someday. Didn't make that, but you're right. Sorry, cut you off.
Yes, and no, that was great, and we really wanted to see we really wanted to see your bust, and we got to see it. So, my question is, being back in Wisconsin, and having gone through what you did with the Browns, and now the Packers playing the Browns this week, I guess you are uniquely qualified to just remind Packers fans once in a while how good they have it, right? Like, I can't imagine what it's like to be a Browns fan. I mean, now Baker Mayfield's down in Tampa slinging it like nobody's business. You guys, they've tried everything at quarterback. Now they've got 2 preschoolers and a guy that is 50 years old playing the position. They had, 8 quarterbacks during the course of training camp? Like, do you hold out hope that your franchise will someday get it right? And B, do they provide a cautionary tale to, hey, don't take for granted winning, because not everybody gets to do what the Packers do?
I think the great thing about sports in America and the passion that we have for football is there's this feeling inside of all of us as fans that we're never satisfied. No matter where you are as a fan base, you always want more. And I couldn't agree with you more that Packers fans are very spoiled, because they have had a lot of greatness, and a lot of greatness at one position that's kind of important in football, and that's quarterback, going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers and now Jordan Love. And I think, yes, as fans, we always want more. We want Super Bowls. We feel like we deserve more. Like, I wasn't a Packer fan when Aaron Rodgers was there, but you felt like they should have won more Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
You had the greatest quarterback in the game, maybe one of the most talented of all times, and you won one Super Bowl. And so you feel like there was more there. There was more meat left on the Hall of Fame beef rib bone.
Oh,
but,
what a pro. What a pro.
That's a good plug right there. True pro. Big P pro. But I think maybe not on Sundays you want to appreciate how great you've had it, but at some point during the week you want to maybe take a step back and say, hey, at least we're not the Cleveland Browns, because they haven't even played in a Super Bowl. They wish they had a Jordan Love anytime in the last 30 years, even though I know there's some Packer fans that are still wondering, hey, is this guy going to be as good as Aaron Rodgers? We're excited about where he is and stuff, but it's fun having those conversations about how deep the Packers are going to go in the playoffs versus saying, hey, maybe we can get a good quarterback in the draft next year because we're already out of the playoffs and it's November.
Joe, we love it when you make time for us. It is absolutely a blessing, and we had a great time talking beef and football. Let me know if you want me to pick up your Yeti cooler. I'll be at Lambeau later today, so I can grab it for you. But thanks so much for your time, and we wish you the best, buddy. Thank you.
Guys, thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure. You always brighten my day by reminding me how bad the Browns have been forever, including my 1-31 last 2 years there and no playoff appearances. But it's truly a joy. Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Thanks for the autograph book.
Proud to be here, guys. And you're welcome, Tausch, for that autograph book that you gave to Jesse.
Yeah, I gave.
He is the great Joe Thomas. Jesse, have we finished our emotional portion of the Greater Bucky Open?
We did. The carts are leaving. They are ready to get out there and go play. So we are good to go the rest of the way here.
We will talk a little bit about what we heard from Joe, and we will finish off the 9 o'clock hour, even though it's 10:14. So stick around. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month included. Memberships start at just $119 a month. Check out all the options at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com. And I'll see you on the court.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at WishFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the WishFest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
The Fall Trade-Up event is happening now at Cunis. With winter on the horizon, trade up now to a new, safe, and reliable vehicle. We'll do whatever it takes to make a deal at nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis locations in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and the new Cunis Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. We have huge incentives and discounts on the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Thinking pre-owned? We have over 2,500 in stock with payments for every budget. Plus, check out our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear lifetime powertrain warranty included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Don't miss the Fall Trade-Up event. Start your search online at CunisMilwaukee.com.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros. At Avondale Roofing, we've been handling leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years. And as a GAF Master Elite certified contractor, we bring top-tier quality and proven performance to every job. Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time. You're out! Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Captain Mason Pier Outreach Project is here for you. Part of the mission is promoting the Live Today, Put It Away initiative, encouraging all veterans to practice safe firearm storage, use gun safes, lock boxes, and always store ammunition separately. Remember, your life is invaluable. Reach out, talk to someone, and let's promote safety in our veteran community. Together, we can make our community stronger and safer for everyone. 414-955-8910 or veteranpeeroutreach.org. Supported by the Sergeant Fox Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Tausch, so we can get to the 10 o'clock hour, tell us a little bit about what Hard Rock Casino Rockford has going on.
Well, we all know the great things about Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Features over 175,000 square feet of gaming. They have entertainment space. They got live table games. They got the sports book that I think Jesse and I have absolutely
cleaning up.
Winning.
I think we're going to be in a really great spot with all the things 9.5 and all that stuff. They got the great entertainment space, and now your seat at the table just got better at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Rockford's high-limit room where the odds are in your favor with enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on a soft 17. You're going to enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that will set Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart from your other places. So head on down again, about an hour from the greater Madison area, to Rockford, Illinois for the Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Got a lot to get to on a leading into Sunday's game at Cleveland edition of Wilde Tausch, so we'll kick off the 10 o'clock hour in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you. With 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. Another week in the books. Are you betting on sports? My Saturdays are on a 10-2 run over the last 2, and we are dominating football. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on sports. Stop guessing. Check the results tab. See all of the winners that you're going to get that are posted and documented. FatJackSports.com. 10-2 the last 2 Saturdays. $2.99 through the end of the month. Sign up today and win this weekend at FatJackSports.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Jesse and Tausch
New
live.
Record. New record.
From the Greater Bucky Open.
Bulaga, no way. Joe Thomas, new record.
Joe Thomas just put Bulaga in his place.
Yeah.
In fairness to both Joe and Brian, and quite frankly, the person who gets blamed most for the time management issues we have in the program, I thought having Joe and having him span the emotional discussion at the Greater Bucky Open. Obviously, I was friends with Howard more when we were college students together, so his family speaking. I'm glad we were able to avoid the uncomfortable situations we've had in the past where we are trying to do a radio program when really important stuff is being discussed. So I was perfectly happy to blow up the clock, to both get great information and allow that kind of heavy conversation to occur. So it worked out well for us, and now we got to play some catch-up the rest of the way, but we'll figure it out. Jesse, my starting question for you is, it's time for the weekend preview. Are you there just having girls dance in front of the camera, or are you actually going to do the weekend preview yourself?
Oh, I got the weekend preview, Jason. We're ready to roll here. And I was not here to have people dance. I can safely say that. I did not see that
you got
coming.
DJ Diesel coming to town today. Everybody wants to dance a little bit.
It's a dancing kind
That
of
was
day.
something. No doubt about that. Time now for the weekend preview.
5 games on the football weekend docket, guys. Which one are you most interested in watching? Which one are you going to go watch some high school golf during? College football on Saturday. 21st ranked Michigan at Nebraska, 2:30 on CBS. 9th ranked Illinois at number 19 Indiana. Big Ten Saturday night, 6:30 on NBC. Yeah.
Okay.
NFL slate, kind of a weak one, honestly, in week 3
No,
here.
it's not.
Battle of the Backups, Bengals, Vikings, simultaneous to Packers, Browns, noon Sunday on CBS. America's Game of the Week with big game Burkhart and Brady. Cowboys, Bears.
Oh.
3:25 Sunday
I think
afternoon.
that's going to be a really fun game. That's
Yeah?
going to be really fun. And then you got Broncos, Chargers. Like, the NFL is too good to not have. There's always going to be a good matchup.
Well, Broncos, Chargers is the 3:05 game. Chiefs, Giants, your Sunday night football game. The NFL's always going to have a good game.
Well, they don't flex that. I don't know why the Chargers, Broncos. I think there's a good chance one of those two teams is going to dethrone the Chiefs, and that game is going to be big. I am higher on the Broncos than maybe other people are, but that'll be a really good game. I wish that was on a bigger window because I'm sure we won't even get it here in Wisconsin.
It is on in the Green Bay and like the northern markets. I was looking at that coverage map that they have. So it's on up there, but in Milwaukee and Madison, we're getting the Vikings.
So
Bengals
this will
game.
be surprising to you. The game that I'm most interested in there is Illinois, Indiana. Both teams still on Wisconsin's schedule. Brett Bielema, Illinois has done a fantastic job. They are a top 10 football program now, and I think a lot of Badger fans look at envy with what Brett and the Illinois Fighting Illini have done. So that's going to be a big test for them. A great weekend of Big Ten football. Going to kind of start seeing which direction these teams are going to go because everybody just assumed Indiana is going to be really good again. We don't know that. We'll find out a lot about a lot from those two games, and I'm picking Illinois, Indiana as the game of the weekend for me that I'm most interested in.
We're going to find out a lot about a lot. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm out on the Saturday games. I will not be watching high school golf. I'll be watching high school cross country and then high school volleyball. So I appreciate having those options on Saturday. And then on Sunday, look, the Packers play the Cowboys next week. I want to see if the Bears are going to be 0-3. That is the game after Packers-Browns. I'm intrigued by both those teams because I don't think either one of them are very good, and they are part of the Packers' schedule.
My cover 5. Got the Bears winning that one.
Yeah?
You do?
Okay.
Bold
I do.
strategy, Cotton.
I don't know. Dallas's defense stinks.
Oh, and the Bears' defense is so much better.
Touche.
At least I trust Dak to
I
be
forgot
able to...
Hunter. I forgot Hunter's.
Cowboys fan Hunter's.
Yeah, but it's
producing,
in Chicago, right? It's not.
It is.
Yeah, it's in Chicago, but compared to the two quarterbacks, which one do you think can actually run a competent offense on time?
Dak all day. Dak all day.
Exactly.
Maybe I need
It's
to
going to be
revisit
50-40, but the Cowboys will win.
Okay.
Hunter, this seems like a good opportunity, briefly, before Tausch tells us about Coors Light, to ask you how you're holding up. And are you feeling good that your favorite team replaced Micah Parsons with Jadeveon Clowney, who I believe has now played for 16 NFL teams and maybe a couple in the Canadian and UFL leagues as well.
You know, I'm really proud of the front office for identifying a weakness with this team. They said, hey, you know what? The pass rush really isn't coming through right now. We got to go fill that hole. So Jerry Jones really being a good GM, and I'm really happy about it. We've got plenty of draft capital coming up. You know, it's good. It's good. Everything is fine. I'm not concerned at all. Everything's fine.
Hunter is the little dog in the burning kitchen. And he's got his little Cowboys jersey on. Tausch, you know what puts out the fire and puts out your thirst? It's this cool, cold Coors Light.
Indeed, Coors Light is brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it is made to chill. And if your team stinks, Coors Light will help you chill out. If your team is awesome, enjoy and celebrate with Coors Light. Make sure those mountains are blue, so the cold activated bottles and cans are chilled to perfection. Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate sponsored by Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Oh, the green and gold game preview is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
But they didn't go anywhere. And when they don't go anywhere, it opens up the possibility that they could be back.
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. By choosing them, you're choosing a center focused on providing specialized care tailored to your needs. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free.
And their prices are more affordable than urgent care or the ER. And they'll send a full report to your primary care doctor. Why wait at the ER? Walk in to Ortho ASAP for faster, more affordable care.
Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com.
Are you sick and tired of sad, skimpy, frozen pizzas that lack toppings and flavor? Problem solved. Screamin' Sicilian brings the party to pizza with mountains of whole milk mozzarella, premium meats, and veggies stacked to the sky. No tweaks necessary. Just tons of toppings and amazing flavor. Just bake it, bite it, and let it rip. Mamma mia! Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian. Toppings piled high, screaming loud, always delicious.
Catholic Memorial Football.
Barreling towards the end zone, and he's in! Isaac Miller!
The Crusaders host New Berlin West on Friday night.
All the way into the end zone! Camden Shumpert!
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Tune in Friday starting at 6:30 on 94.5 ESPN with kickoff at 7. Also watch the live video stream at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. Wisconsin veterans, your safety and well-being matter to us. As a community, we value the strength and resilience you've shown in serving our nation. The Captain Mason Veteran Peer Outreach Project is committed to preventing veteran suicide and firearm safety. They're dedicated to connecting veterans with peers who understand the struggles and can offer a helping hand. Talk to someone who understands. Call 414-955-8910 or go to veteranpeeroutreach.org. Brought to you by VA Sergeant Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan, less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Jesse and Tausch roll on from the Greater Bucky Open. Time now for our green and gold game preview.
Let's take a closer look at this week's matchup. This is the green and gold game preview.
All right, fellas. Week 3, first road contest of the year for the Green Bay Packers visiting the Cleveland Browns for the first time since I was there for Deshaun Kaiser versus Brett Hundley in December of 2017.
Who had the great punt return in that game?
Oh, boy.
Big punt return at the end of that game.
Yeah.
Who was that, Jason?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
All right.
What's the big storyline heading into this weekend's game, Tausch?
Well, I mean, I think with Tucker Kraft's news, that's big. But to me, it is, can this Packers defense continue to dominate a team that they should dominate? And we're at that point now where I think we're getting to the point where we're so confident that this defense is dominant. You got to prove it against a really, at best, average offensive football team. These are the games that you put your stamp on being a dominant defense, and if that is the case, I think Green Bay wins relatively easily.
Yeah, I'm going with the low-hanging fruit, and Tausch said it earlier in the week. He loves that term, strack. Don't let Myles Garrett strack your quarterback and have them return it for a touchdown, and then they get they get one cheap touchdown somewhere else. Maybe they get a return touchdown against the not-so-good special teams, and suddenly now you're in a dogfight with a not very good team at the dog pound. So, to me, the big storyline is how do you make sure that your field-tilting, game-wrecking edge rusher, Micah Parsons, has more of an impact than their field-tilting, game-wrecking edge rusher Myles Garrett does. Next.
Besides Jordan Love and Micah Parsons, which player will most impact the success of the Green Bay Packers on Sunday afternoon, Tausch?
Good question. Devontae Wyatt. You didn't take him off the list, did you?
No, Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah, I think he's kind of you've heard everybody talking Rashawn Gary and Van Ness and Micah Parsons, and then raving about Xavier McKinney. I saw Halfley. And that's all great and very deserved. Mm-hmm. But Devontae Wyatt's been a pest. He's been very active in I know they picked up the 5th-year option, correct, Jason?
Correct. Yes, sir.
I think he needs to be disruptive because you're not going to be in a better scenario than where he's at. You have Rashawn Gary, who's a very good pass rusher, and obviously all the attention's to Micah. You're not going to get all the attention. You're going to have one-on-ones. You're going to have opportunities to win, and he's done that very well so far. I believe, I was thinking about Steinhoffling him, but I think he's almost getting to that point where if he continues on the path that he's at, he'll probably be on that list that we can't take. I think Devontae Wyatt will be critical getting in Joe Flacco's face. You got to move him off his spot. That's a good way to do it. I think Devontae Wyatt.
He is not ineligible, and you allowed someone else to win last week, so you might want to consider taking him in our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week. I'm going to say Josh Jacobs. The Browns defense has allowed 91 rushing yards total in 2 games. Josh Jacobs has 150 yards on 42 carries. It has been tough sledding for him in the first 2 games against a lot of stacked boxes. So this is another challenge for him, and it'll be interesting to see how effectively this offensive line can create some holes, especially if they're doing it once again without Zach Tom, and if Anthony Belton can be a factor there. So to me, Josh Jacobs is my non-Parsons love player as my pick. Jesse, what's next?
So, Jason, I was going to ask, Jaden Reed being out, Joe Thomas gave us basically the key to the game in saying they got 2 outside great corners. Who's going to be that slot guy? Matt LaFleur sees what Joe Thomas is talking about. Who are they going to put in there, and who are they going to go work that third corner? Who's that guy?
If that is the game plan, and if Matt LaFleur does listen to Joe Thomas and listens to Wilde Tausch, at least in the podcast form or on YouTube later, I think it's got to be Matthew Golden. I think that's who I'd line up there get some mismatches.
Hey, we like that. Huh?
You like that?
We like that a lot. Absolutely.
Jesse?
The Packers improved to 3-0, beating the Cleveland Browns if blank. They're 8-point favorites. Tausch?
Handle their business. You could use all the cliches you want, but and I know we can't use turnovers because that is such an indicator to what it is, but I look at this game and I think if you don't turn the football over and you don't give them short fields and you win. So my answer will be win the special teams battle, because if you win that battle with field position, you make a big play, and you don't allow them to get anything, this is one of those games where they might Jason Eck this thing up a little bit. They're going to try and do gimmicks. They know, they watch film. They realize we are not going 80 yards consistently. We need to do reverses on we need to do trick plays. We need to get some of these stuff on special teams. This needs to be a Packers special teams victory this week. If the Packers special teams wins its battle, they're winning this game. Packers special teams is going to be the big swinger on this, and if they win it, the Packers win going away.
It's if all the players on the Packers defense make the flight. If they all manage to miss the flight to Cleveland and then they have to bus and they get to the stadium late, then maybe the Packers don't win this game. But look, this could be the best defense in the league. It's only 2 games in, and they still have a lot more to prove. I don't think there is a trace of complacency in that group. I know Rob Domofsky told you guys yesterday this is a good team, and they know they're a good team. Well, this is a great defense in their opinion, and they firmly believe they're a great defense. And now they're aiming for more than just, hey, good performances every week because we're one of the top defenses. They want to be the best defense in the league. They have the swagger for it. This is an opportunity against a team that they should manhandle defensively. This is their opportunity to do it. So that is how they go to 3-0.
I know it's early. Do you think that group, Mike and everybody else, is going to start thinking of themselves as a Ravens, Buccaneers, Bears? Is that the goal that they want to have?
I do believe that, yes. And I also believe what you said, even though they are certainly respectful and appreciative of their quarterback, I think they love the idea of their identity being, we've got a kick-ass defense. I think they love the idea of that in a place where they have not had that. You know, I know Micah Parsons has only been here 3 weeks, but the Packers, as you pointed out weeks ago now, I think it was after the Detroit game already, You don't think of many Packers teams being defense-led, and I think they relish the opportunity to be the ones who set the tone for this team.
No crowd about it.
I'm told on TikTok they're calling it the cold front.
What is?
The Packers defense.
Hunter Vaughn told you that's what's happening on TikTok.
You did tell me that.
Well, he's still accurate, Hunter. I mean, he was told by you.
Yeah, but he tried to take more credit than he deserved here.
Do we like the cold front?
It's not even cold yet.
No, we don't like it. Keep workshopping it.
All right.
But we also don't like it when you've been injured in an accident. But nevertheless, that happens from time to time, and you need to make sure that you're taken care of and that you've got the right team on your side. And that team, of course, is Grubel Offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. David and his team are the best in the business. So go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more. Our prize picks for the weekend are next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025. This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Hey IKEA fans, IKEA is turning 40 and they are giving you the present. From September 3rd to the 23rd, IKEA is celebrating with a huge gift card giveaway. Every day, 3 times a day, 40 lucky winners will score an IKEA gift card worth anywhere from $5 to $500. That's right, 120 winners every day at every store. Don't miss your chance to join the celebration and win. Visit your IKEA Oak Creek or IKEA.us for more information today. Must be a IKEA family member to participate. 1 gift card per IKEA family membership during the promotion.
The Fall Trade-Up event is happening now at Cunis. With winter on the horizon, trade up now to a new, safe, and reliable vehicle. We'll do whatever it takes to make a deal at nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis locations in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and the new Cunis Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. We have huge incentives and discounts on the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Thinking pre-owned? We have over 2,500 in stock with payments for every budget. Plus, check out our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear lifetime powertrain warranty included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Don't miss the Fall Trade-Up event. Start your search online at CunisMilwaukee.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Best Marquette games ever, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Best of the best, easy. National Championship game, 1977. Beat North Carolina 67-59 because 14 of 15 from the free throw line in the final 2 minutes in 8 1-and-1 situations. Back then, no getting 10 fouls and 2 automatic free throws. 8 1-and-1s, missed the first free throw once, and 14 of 14 in the other 7 1-and-1s. Oh, baby, national champs forever. If you're a company owner offering medical insurance for your employees, you may be sick and tired of the constant increase in rates or change in benefits. Now's the time to take a look at a different type of plan. At Saganiac Planning, it's called level funding, an opportunity to keep premiums low and possibly receive a return of your premiums. For more on level funding, call Jack Saganiac, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Jesse and Tausch roll on from the Greater Bucky Open. Time now for our prize picks of the week.
A chance to win some real money, courtesy of Prize Picks. These are the real projections over on the Prize Picks app. More or less is the name of the game. Romeo Dobbs, listed right now.
We do him every week.
We have been, but he's been a good option for us lately.
Has he been winning?
Last week he did not. The first week he did by a lot, yes.
So then is he a good option if he's won us once and he didn't win us the other?
I feel good about this projection, knowing where the Packers receiving
Jordan
situation
Love
is
last
at.
week cost me. I put a little 6-piece out, and I went less on Jay Love because we all agreed.
Yeah.
And that old rascal, he was on it last week.
Dobbs more or less than 39.5 receiving yards on Sunday. That doesn't seem very high.
Well, we just heard Joe talk about the great cover corners and the fact that we do think the ball is going to come out quicker. I don't think I think Matt LaFleur recognizes that Cleveland's way to win this game is by holding the football and having bad things happen with stracks or with interceptions or sacks. So I'm going to go less.
Ooh.
Yep.
Without Jaden Reed?
Yep.
Possibly without Tucker Kraft?
Yep.
Against a good run defense?
Mm-hmm. Between what Joe said and what you said, sounds like it's a Matthew Golden week.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm assuming you're going to get Matthew Golden's numbers, and that's when I'll go more.
And you'll take him as your Steinhoffel sleeper of the week as well.
You could take that to the bank.
First round pick.
Jason, 39.5.
I'm going to go more. I'm going to disagree with old T on this one. I think 39.5. I know what you're thinking here. You're thinking what I'm thinking, and that is somebody's got to catch passes, and 40 yards ain't that much for him to get.
That is what I was thinking.
That is what somebody was thinking.
But now I'm being swayed otherwise here. Matthew Golden not listed on Prize Picks right now.
It's too dicey for PP to do. We don't know.
Yeah.
PP.
How about Josh Jacobs, who has scored a rushing touchdown in 12 straight games? Jason, is that correct?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's 11.
It's either 11 going on 12 or 12 going on 13. Either way, almost around a dozen straight games with a touchdown.
Remember when we used to do that with Rodgers' age all the time with Tausch? He's 36 going on 38.
11 going on 13 consecutive games with a touchdown for Josh Jacobs. More or less than 0.5 rushing or receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll go
Josh
more.
Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is a touchdown maker. We don't have a vulture on this team. We don't have a quarterback that we like pushing. So Josh Jacobs is the guy, and he'll find his way in the end zone one way or the other.
I'm with Tausch on this one. I will definitely take more.
All right. How about the other side? Joe Flacco, more or less than 229.5 passing yards.
No, I feel really good about less on that. The only thing is
garbage time.
It could be that they're scrambling, and
they did put Dylan Gabriel in garbage time last week.
He throws a good deep ball, Joey Flacco. And we have not seen this defense have to defend. Detroit dinky-dunky Dunkarooski. Washington Dinky Dunkarooski. Like, this defense has turned teams into Dinky Dunkers. And I don't know.
Dinky Donuts.
That's where I'm a little bit like, the number seems too high.
It does.
What do
seem
they
too
know?
high.
Like,
There's always garbage time, like we are.
Yeah.
I think they're thinking big play. I think they're thinking big play over the top.
No.
Of a Dinky Dunker. That's what I think. That's the only way they get to that number is if they have two big boy plays, and I don't think they're going to end up with, a ton of long, efficient drives. I think it's going to be Dinky Dunky and then big shot over the top guy, and we'll see what comes.
Saying Dinky Dunky.
I think you should say it more.
Packers opponents run on Dinky Dunkers.
Have you guys watched the first two games?
Yes, have.
Everything they should get. They used to be a partner of ours. They should be getting partners.
Dinky Donuts were.
Yeah.
Everything that teams have done has been Dinky Dunky. Their running back catches. I'd go more because that's what they do. That's what this defense is forcing people to do.
Good.
All right. I think there's going to be garbage time yardage. I think I'm tempted to, even though that number seems high, to go more. So you can't play that one either. All right, Jesse, I want you, before we get to trivia next, I want you to do the Jordan Love one because I've never seen this one from Prize Picks.
Neither have I. This is, I think, a new category. I love this one. Jordan Love, more or less than 6.5 completions in his first 10 pass attempts.
So he's got to go 7 out of 10.
Got to go 7 out of 10.
70%. What is he at right now?
66.
6 or 70?
6-7, yeah.
Boy, that is right on it, huh? I'm going to go less.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
He started hot the first
No
two games.
Tucker, more than likely, if Tucker doesn't play.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some pressure early. It'll be, he's going to have to get rid of the football, maybe throw one away. Yeah, I'm going to go less.
Yeah. This is very creative. If I were Johnny Prize Picks, I would still probably steer clear of it, however. Matt LaFleur is at the podium before Tausch tells us about Prize Picks per Weston Hodkowitz. He was practicing and got hurt. I don't think it's long term. That's a positive, but he will not be out there today. LaFleur doesn't believe IR will be necessary, but uncertain about Kraft's status for Sunday.
Jeez. Well, no, that's the fact that there's not going to be IR. Or
he's not. He's
not playing.
Uncertain. He's certain. He's certain he's not playing.
What word did you want him to use there?
We're thankful that Tucker's not going to be out for a long time, but realistically, he's such an important piece of our offense. We're not going to rush him back. We've got plenty of guys to pick up the slack this week. He's not going to play.
I'd prefer him saying it's going to be a long road to get to Sunday. That tells you he's not playing. That's being truthful.
It's not a long road.
No, it could be, though.
It's not a long road, though, to play Prize Picks because, as I've learned from Marshawn Lynch and some other guy, it's right in your pocket on your phone.
It is. And you know what? We make decisions every day. And on Prize Picks, being right will get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right. And Prize Picks is simple to play. More or less, on 2 to 6 player stat projections, you get it right, cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first. All of the withdrawals, fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick, easy deposits. Old T with a big win last night. Jesse, big win for Old T. Went
well done.
Tagovailoa with a touchdown. A 0.5 touchdown, which was a nothing burger. They had a nice one for Josh Allen, but Old T had a nice win last night. I'm going to dabble. I got to see Mahomes, 0.5 yards. They threw a freebie at us again. It's all fun. Download the app today. Use code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. They're throwing you Mahomes. They're throwing it to you. And then you can look along. I think that Cowboys-Bears game, CeeDee Lamb, there's going to be, I think, a lot of yards. So there's a lot of great opportunities for you on Prize Picks to be right. You know what they say on Prize Picks? It is good to be right.
All right, we need to play some trivia. Jesse, what's today's category, and what caller do you want to stick Hunter with?
Packers playing the Browns. Cleveland rocks is this day's Wilde Tausch trivia category. Questions about the great city of Cleveland, since the Packers only go there once every 8 years. Caller.
Ain't that hard.
12.
Didn't
Caller
you just say
12.
8 years?
I should have done 8.
I thought you were going to go 8.
Should have done 8. Do 8. Do 8. Change your mind. Caller 8.
Do 8. Do 8. Caller 8 right now. 844.
You're welcome, Hunter.
844-770-3777.
Hunter, I left behind a complete mess. The entire computer system's down. Let's go caller 68 today. That would be nice.
Caller 8 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 8 for Wilde and Tausch trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Buckle up, Milwaukee. The journey starts now.
Around third is Durbin. Here comes the throw home. Durbin slides in there safely. The Brewers walk it off in 10.
The crew have punched their ticket.
And the Brewers, clinching the playoffs earlier today, put an exclamation mark on it here tonight.
Brewers playoff coverage on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Stay up to date on all your Brewers talk right here. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
A little scare, but all good, is what one source told ESPN's Adam Schefter after Packers tight end Tucker Kraft left Thursday's practice with a left knee injury. Kraft, coming off of a game where he had a career-high 124 yards receiving, left Thursday's practice in Green Bay to undergo further tests. While his status for Sunday's game against the Cleveland Browns on the road remains uncertain, it seems as if the third-year tight end avoided disaster. It's Packers-Browns, a noon kickoff from Cleveland on Sunday. The Packers, 7.5-point favorites. I'm Alex Strofe.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Even your pickiest eater will say yes to this. Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Perfect on their own with a favorite dipping sauce, or stacked in one of our 2 new subs, classic crispy chicken or bold Buffalo Ranch crispy chicken, made with quality chicken and served on our fresh baked bread. It's a mealtime win for kids and grown-ups. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Captain Mason Peer Outreach Project is here for you. Part of the mission is promoting the Live Today, Put It Away initiative, encouraging all veterans to practice safe firearm storage, use gun safes, lockboxes, and always store ammunition separately. Remember, your life is invaluable. Reach out, talk to someone, and let's promote safety in our veteran community. Together, we can make our community stronger and safer for everyone. 414-955-8910 or veteranpeeroutreach.org. Supported by the Sergeant Fox Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
You saw me lies just by the way you look. Taught me a language that I'll never speak. Baby, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I dug my grave watching the way you move. You took me higher than
Matt LaFleur, just a quick addition from Rob Domofsky's tweet. They're going to give him up until game time on Sunday. More often than not, that player does not play. Quote, he has to feel comfortable and be cleared. Again, when they're saying IR is not likely, I also want to say that playing on Sunday is not likely. So take that for what it's worth. Time now to play. I know this is not likely. This is definitely happening. Trivia.
Wilde Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
It is time for trivia presented by Cousin Subs. You guys, take this segment off. Go see if you can track down some snacks. I know there was some food there. You guys go enjoy this. We'll get this done.
I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Tex in a work truck. Tex, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Tigers to the bowl, bro.
Nicely done, Jay Bird. All right. Question number one in the category Cleveland Rocks is this. While Philadelphia, Memphis, and Detroit were among other cities considered finalists, Cleveland was ultimately chosen as the permanent location in 1986 to be the home of which international attraction? Was it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, World War I Museum, or the Horizon League Men's Basketball Tournament?
That would be answer A, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Indeed. So since you guys stuck around, does that mean Tausch is reading question two?
No, I'm just sitting here.
We're just not leaving.
I was confused, why you all of a sudden decided
kicking us
Well,
out.
we got the
throw
top
us
of the
out.
hour coming.
Yeah, no, I'm
maybe
good.
You wanted to get
but now
some
you
food.
ended up slowing us down. No, go ahead, let it rip.
Great.
It's all right,
Question
Todd.
two.
You can read one.
Now
Yeah,
you
no,
I don't
he's-
even have the
he's good.
sheet. Yeah, I don't have
That's
the sheet
what-
with me today.
This is exactly what I figured. Yeah.
Gotta be
Okay.
prepared. Gotta be prepared.
I'm cheering him on.
I appreciate you sticking around to cheer
Let's
Tex
go,
in a work
Tex.
truck.
Let's
Come
go,
on, Tex.
Question
Thanks, Al.
2. Located less than an hour from Cleveland on the banks of Lake Erie, what is the name of the attraction considered to be the second oldest operating amusement park in the United States? Is it Kings Island, Cedar Point, or Valley Fair?
This is going to be a shot in the dark. Can I hear the answers one more time, please?
Of course you may. Is it Kings Island, Cedar Point, or Valley Fair?
I like Cedar Point for some reason. Let's go with B. Final.
Right. You'll be right on
Good
that.
answer, Tex.
Hey.
Yeah.
2 for 2. All right, here it comes.
all you,
Question
Cal.
3. Question.
Well done.
Question 3. A house along West 11th Street in Cleveland became famous for being the setting of
don't even-
which...
He's got
Come
it.
on
He knows
now.
it. He knows it. He's got it. Don't even need the answers.
Ralphie.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Scott Farkas.
Go with a Toy Story, Christmas
Scott
Story,
Farkas.
Christmas Story.
Scott Farkas.
Heard it both ways.
Oh, fudge. You nailed it. Well done. Tex, you're 3 for 3. That means you got 4 entries into the drawing that we may or may not do today, depending on if Hunter can handle that, along with the other train wrecks that he's been left with, thanks to Jesse Nelson going to the Greater Bucky Open.
Jesse's doing it Monday. Jesse's doing it Monday.
There you have it.
What?
Oh,
Well, there you
Hunter,
go.
I believe in you, Hunter. You can do this.
You can do
Yeah,
it.
Hunter, you got it.
Yeah.
Tex, thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
Hey, good talking to you guys. Love you.
All right, that is Wilde Tausch Trivia. We are making up ground from our lengthy chat with Joe Thomas. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Rum 40% alcohol by volume.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day.
WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down on my last breath. Even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes. I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. What's the update from the Greater Bucky Open? Everybody's out on the course. You're not seeing
Very
anybody?
quiet,
You're done
yeah.
so?
No, Bucky.
They're all
Bucky,
golfing.
Bucky is here, and he's left. I don't know if this is the same Bucky that gave me a concussion, but I haven't seen Bucky.
I think he filed a restraining order on Bucky because he hasn't
Should've.
come anywhere near the broadcast booth here at TPC Wisconsin.
Well, we will. We'll get to our Steinhoffel sleepers of the week momentarily, but the news out of Matt LaFleur's press conference again. is that Tucker Kraft will not go on IR, and they're going to give him up until Sunday to be ready to play in the game. So I think that makes him eligible to be a sleeper. You could really risk and pick him, and then if he doesn't play, then obviously you lose.
Well,
but
at least he ain't going to get cut. Yeah,
well,
that
was a preseason one.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just saying like that. I don't think that's not going to happen.
That is the standard by which all sleepers are
anything.
measured.
I mean that. I applaud you for being bold. Like that is to go bold. To go bold is. I mean, you can combine the bold-a-thon with that. Picking a guy that's not on the roster to win is as bold as it gets.
All right. Well, now it's time for our Steinhoffel sleepers of the week.
Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Wakey, wakey.
Okay, campers, rise and shine.
It's time for the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week on Wilde Tausch.
It is the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week presented by Steinhoffels. Tausch, as our reigning champion, you go first.
All right, so things have changed. I was thinking Devontae Wyatt. I was thinking Matthew Golden. I was all these thinking, and it's right there in front of me. And you just made that announcement. This is as easy as pie. Musgrave. He's going to get a bunch of more reps. He's going to get a bunch of opportunities. I think you're going to end up seeing him kind of slide out. He's going to nudge. He's going to catch some. I think he's going to have a big play. And the expectation, as we all know in this Steinhoffel's game, it's all about the expectation. Can you overdo what the expected numbers would be? Nobody really knows where Musgrave's at right now. I think he's going to pop. He has a nice game, and that's going to be enough for the 565 crew to give Old T the point for this week. I'm going with Musgrave.
Wow. Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking him because I'm going to take a guy who's got 2 catches on the season. He's only been targeted 4 times. He is the first-round pick, but he has not been ruled out of eligibility at this point. So I'm going to take Matthew Golden as my Steinhoffel sleeper of the week this week. See what he can put up statistically against the Browns defense. And if he lines up in the slot, based on the Joe Thomas scouting report, there should be some opportunity for him. Jesse?
Well, Tausch is going Musgrave. You're going Golden. I'm going to go, and I'm the only one who hasn't won one of these so far yet this season, so I'm hoping to get off the board here. They've ran this jet sweep a couple of times with Savion Williams.
Oh.
And I wonder if there's going to be extra attention on the receivers you mentioned, and maybe they know about Golden and they don't know as much about Savion Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been involved on the opening drive in the first 2 games. I think maybe get him involved quick, and let's lock this thing up on the first drive for the offense. Savion Williams is my Steinhoffel sleeper.
All right. Bold. I like it.
It is bold.
We will see. All right, so we all have would-be pass catchers as our Steinhoffel sleepers of the week. We'll see how that plays out, but hey, you know it's always going to play out for a great deal for you at Steinhoffel's, and right now, this weekend only, it's the Buy More, Save More sale. Start with 10% off store-wide, plus take an extra $150 off every $1,499 that you spend. So, for example, if you spend $2,998, you will save an additional $300. So you spend even more, and your savings get even bigger. And to top it all off, Steinhoffel's makes it easier to pay with their 18-month special financing. We're using it right now on our furniture that we got on our new sofa and the big circular seat that the girls love so much. So don't miss it. Steinhoffel's, Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. And by the way, don't forget, we are headed to the Madison store. Jesse, that is a week from today, correct?
Yeah, next Friday, all 3 of us are going to be out there on the west side, just off the Beltline. One of our most popular remote broadcasts that fans come to see us every year at Steinhoffel's around this time. Next Friday, come on out.
That is the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week. Next, our headlines as we head into Packers-Browns. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
The Marquette family is hurting.
2 men's lacrosse student athletes were tragically taken far too soon in an accident that has shaken the entire community.
In the face of unimaginable loss, this team continues to show strength, love, and resilience,
embodying what it truly means to be part of the Marquette family.
Now they need us.
You can support the team through the Men's Lacrosse Excellence Fund, with every dollar going to help them during this time of unprecedented challenge.
Find the link to help pinned to ESPN Milwaukee's Twitter page.
We are Marquette.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025. This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Stephen Bauer, CEO of the Guest House of Milwaukee. For decades, Guest House of Milwaukee has been here for our neighbors, providing shelter, housing, and the support needed to break the cycle of homelessness. We're not just offering a bed for the night. We're helping people rebuild their lives through case management, housing navigation, mental health, and addiction counseling. You can help us make a difference. Learn more at guesthouseofmilwaukee.org, and together we can ensure everyone has a place to call home.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Homestead High School's Connor Pangallo. In Homestead's 42-7 win over Whitefish Bay on Thursday, Pangallo had 12 carries for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. On top of that, he would later take a 93-yard kick return to the house for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Through 4 games, Pangallo has led the Highlanders to an undefeated record with 690 yards and 10 touchdowns. Pangallo is in his senior year and is also an all-conference baseball player. Congrats to Connor Pangallo, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
He's got a Chevrolet that don't always run and the radio never turns down. He's got a pedigree that's no good for nothing, no commas in his bank account. But there's a girl at the hole in the wall where he plays.
What are you giggling about over there, Nelson? Oh, no!
Bucky's back.
Back again. Bucky's back.
Just getting ready to head out. Bucky. Greater Bucky Open. Bucky, we appreciate everything you do.
Tausch asked him for a massage. Yeah.
He was kind of bucking around, hitting my head again, and now he's giving me a massage, which is nice. We got girls dancing. We got Bucky giving massages. That's what you expect at a Greater Bucky Open.
Only at the Greater Bucky Open. Well, while Bucky is hanging out with you guys, it is time now for headlines.
We've buried the lead.
But it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, I've read the headlines.
It's time to predict this week's headlines.
It is time for headlines. Tausch, what'd your brothers write for you?
Well, we are going with more of a limerick-type scenario the last couple of weeks. And, we have not discussed a lot about the Brewers and my first pitch, but we have a little something to have a little fun with. And here we go. Packers bounce Browns in dog pound like a first pitch off of the mound. Browns should start Kenny Pickett or start watching cricket, as not a single point will be found. Packers 24, Browns 0.
Wow. Well done.
That's great to have the Academy back involved.
What do you mean?
Jesse? Yeah, you know what exactly.
It's not. This is not Academy.
Who? Okay.
It's Academy adjacent, and
I was going to say you didn't write it.
No, I did not write it. No, I'm not that creative or clever.
Are you including Chat GPT in the Academy?
No, Chat GPT. The Academy is a collective. I just want to make sure we all understand. It is a collective. This was more singular than collective, just so we all know.
Because I'm already on thin ice with your brothers, and I don't know who you had that is Academy adjacent that did this for you. Josh DiMaggio points.
No,
out.
I know, and I'm saying don't be that guy. I got to rhyme stuff. Pickett was with the Browns. I know he's not on the team. I know Shador and Gabriel. Come on, guys. We're trying to create some stuff here. Not everything's going to be perfect and dialed up. All
right. Well, I have incurred the wrath of the Academy for my critique of movies. So what I have decided to do with my headlines this season, I've done it twice already. I'm just going to keep it as my theme all year long. I'm going to do movie quotes as my headlines, but not act them out. And one of my favorite movies was filmed in Milwaukee, but is set in Cleveland, and that, of course, is Major League. So just a reminder, fans, coming up is our Die Hard night here at the stadium. Free admission to anyone who was actually alive the last time the Browns were good. Just a bit outside, Myles Garrett tried to get the corner and missed against Anthony Belton. Forget about the curveball, Micah. Give him the heater. And Joe Flacco, this guy threw 3 picks in a father-son game. Packers 27, Browns 3.
Not bad. Very well done, Jason.
Thanks. The one I really wanted to use, because they only have 1 pick, but you have to use the gosh darn, and I don't want to get in trouble.
You're ready. You're struggling with.
That's all we got. 1 blanket pick from Evan Williams. But anyway. All right, Jesse, what you got?
As mentioned in Wilde Tausch trivia, of course, probably the most famous attraction in Cleveland is not the home of A Christmas Story, but it is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right down there by the stadium.
Wasn't Cedar Point what we talked about?
That's outside of Cleveland. It's nearby, Cleveland adjacent.
So you basically did 3 destinations, and then you said, as mentioned in trivia.
Yes.
Which none of us were going to know which one you meant. Okay.
Winning like a Rolling Stone, Packers proved to be the Supremes in Cleveland. Green Bay not pretenders in playoff chase. Show Cleveland who's the boss. Browns cheap tricks not enough to Chuck Berry the BB Kings of the NFC North.
Okay. What is Tony Dan? Is Tony Danza from Cleveland?
I knew.
What?
I knew the minute you said that.
You said, who's the boss?
Going to go.
He didn't say, who's the boss? He said, who's the boss? Like Tony Danza. It's not Bruce Springsteen.
Yes,
you said am I crazy?
The entire thing are inductees
No, I
in
understood.
the Rock and Roll Hall
but I
of
didn't
Fame.
understand why Tony Danza. Maybe I thought, is he a Cleveland guy?
The
He's a
boss
musician,
is
part-time.
Bruce Springsteen, who's the. How would you like me to emphasize that?
Who's the boss?
Green Bay
Also, all of them, you use the actual band or artist name, and then you went with the nickname of Bruce Springsteen.
Nicely done. Way to point that out,
Well,
Hunter.
because,
Good work.
well, Hope Springsteen's eternal for the
That
Packers.
would have been really good.
Much
Yes.
better.
Sure, there you
much
go.
That would have been
better.
really good. Yes.
Dang it. Packers 24, Browns 10. My official score prediction.
Is anybody thinking that the Browns can score more than 10 points?
I would be shocked if they do.
I know, and that makes me nervous. It does. I don't know why, but it does.
Sometimes it just plays out the way you think it will, and that might be the case this weekend.
Could be.
Is it possible we win this game like 10-6?
Yes.
Is it possible that it's that much of a slog?
Yeah, their defense is a pretty darn good defense.
Yeah, I heard outside of their
understand
slot corner, they're really good.
That's true as well. There are no such caveats when it comes to, Quick Trip is really good outside of their donuts. No, their donuts are great. Outside of their coffee. No, their coffee's fantastic, although I do recommend drinking through a cover if you're going to be around Hunter Vaughn.
Yeah.
The bottom line is Quick Trip is the best.
It is, and Packer fans, your next Quick Trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruise into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST. Blaze the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570. Or grill like an MVP with a Pit Boss Ultimate Lift-Off Griddle. For every $1 you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards, you'll earn points to use in the Packers fan zone. No purchase is necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. And bunch of great deals going on throughout the weekend. Kitchen Cravings boneless pork loin chops, 99 cents each. Bananas, jumbo onions, and baked potatoes, 29 cents a pound. And that Quickery white bread, honey wheat, Italian, cracked wheat, Swiss rye, multigrain, or Texas toast. You can get 2 loaves for $4. Tailgate savings and sweepstakes only at Quick Trip, and we'll see you next time.
Whoa, Nelly, or whoa, Hunter, or some sort of hybrid is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
What was that?
It was just me or, I got such a bargain. Poorly constructed sofa falling apart.
I just bought you.
Yeah, well, I did just turn 3, I mean, at 67 in sofa years. I am so ready to retire and move to Miami.
I knew I should have listened to my mother and bought that other sofa from Steinhafels. It was so strong and comfy.
Tired of furniture that doesn't hold up to its end of the bargain? Steinhafels has quality furniture for every style and budget. Relax. It's Steinhafels.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9.
Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Looking for a newer, nicer used vehicle? The Ewald Automotive Group can help increase your purchase power during our used car rate reduction sales event. Shop over 600 quality pre-owned vehicles priced to sell. Used car interest rates are coming down, so let us try to improve your situation today. It costs nothing other than a few minutes of your time to check us out. Upgrade your ride today. Go to ewaldauto.com for locations, inventory, and more. You'll be glad you did.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 9 to 13.1 ounce selected varieties, Old Dutch tortilla or potato chips, 2 for $5.50. 32 ounce selected varieties, International Delight Creamer, 2 for $7. 10 to 10.8 ounce selected varieties, Bird's Eye Vegetables, 4 for $5. 10.5 to 11.25 ounce selected varieties, New York Texas Toast, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. Wisconsin veterans, your safety and well-being matter to us. As a community, we value the strength and resilience you've shown in serving our nation. The Captain Mason Veteran Peer Outreach Project is committed to preventing veteran suicide and firearm safety. They're dedicated to connecting veterans with peers who understand the struggles and can offer a helping hand. Talk to someone who understands. Call 414-955-8910 or go to veteranpeeroutreach.org. Brought to you by VA Sergeant Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
We'll get to Feelgood Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints, in the next segment. For now, it's time for What? Nelly and Hunter.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde Tausch.
Jason, who do you want first, Hunter or me?
Riley Yauk.
He's not an option.
Then surprise me.
Hunter, you go first.
All right, let's pick our trivia winner for this week.
Good idea.
What a stud.
That's
What a stud.
That is responsible.
With the cheese fry helmet, and our winner this week, it is Tex in the work truck.
Today's winner! Wow!
Winners win.
All right, Tex. Big win. That's what happens when you go 4 for 4. Nicely done.
Helps your chances. All right, Jesse, now it's your turn.
So I brought this up at the end of yesterday's show, and now I can officially confirm I have a very unique opportunity tonight. So ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee, Daily Dodge TV, ESPN Beaver Dam, all part of our great high school sports coverage on YouTube. So great games across the board tonight. New Berlin West and Catholic Memorial on ESPN Milwaukee. Stoughton, Mount Horeb, Barneveld, Vikings and the Vikings on ESPN
Kicking off at
Madison.
6 o'clock on ESPN Madison, by the way.
An early one tonight. Okay.
Yeah, due to weather, they're bumping it up.
Oh, yeah.
Smart.
Forecast.
Wicked smart. All right. I've come into the opportunity to broadcast tonight's Muskego High School football game on the Muskego High School produced live stream as the 5th-ranked Warriors host number 1 Arrowhead in a Classic 8 Top 5 showdown.
Who are you broadcasting it for, potentially?
It's through the Muskego High School live stream. So it's a school-produced broadcast. All of the teams in the Classic 8 conference, which is Arrowhead, Muskego, Mukwonago, that whole group, they'd all do their own school-produced streams.
Would Dennis say that that's the best conference in the state?
Universally, it is. That and the Fox Valley are recognized as the
it's the SEC of high school football.
I'd say the Fox Valley Association is the Big Ten, and the Classic 8 is the SEC.
Oh, what's the Big 8?
What's the MAC?
Big 8's the Big 12 or the ACC.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the Valley? How about the Valley up north? What is that?
I just said the Fox Valley.
No, the Valley.
What's the other valley?
Are you serious?
What about the Driftless
Stevens
region?
Point and Rapids and that whole crew.
That's American.
Yeah, because they'll have a top-heavy school, but then it's the rest of it can kind of struggle.
All right.
How much of a homer should I be
Homer
for Muskego on the Muskego-produced broadcast of the Muskego
Homer it
football
up.
game?
Like, you're not there to be...
I've never had the opportunity to be an impartial or a
Well, no,
you did.
You did the Verona Sun Prairie game, and you were very homerish for Verona.
You've said that.
You got to homer it up. They're tuning in to listen to you describe the game, but you homered up for sure. Jason?
What would your dad that never wanted you say?
If I'm doing the Muskego game, it's the Muskego broadcast, the Muskego fans, you would think are the ones tuning in?
Right, he does the Badgers broadcasts, and he does it incredibly professionally. You know that he's the voice of the Badgers, but he's not referring to them as we all the time. He's not being Johnny Homer.
Question for you, though.
He's not impartial.
Here's the deal. Matt is the best. We've showered him with praise for a.
He's a Hall of Famer now.
Hall of Famer.
A Hall of Fame beef. You hear him when someone else scores the touchdown. He is not. The voice level isn't up. So
sure.
He is not a homer per se.
Correct.
But he definitely.
Yes.
I want this. I think Jesse is from there. He went to school there. He is asked to do a one-time deal. This isn't something that they're asking him to do professionally for 35 years, Jason.
Hey, man,
it's
we
different.
Can disagree. Agree to disagree. I think if you want to grow up to be your dad and either be an usher at Hempfield or be the voice of the Badgers.
Celebrity there on Tuesday night.
Great opportunity for you to show that you can be pro Muskego without being over the top like some, I'm sure, SEC announcers are in college football. So, look, it's up to you. You don't have to take my advice, but this is a great opportunity to show you love your Muskego Warriors.
Warriors, they are the Warriors. Yeah.
And be that great voice for them and give them a great performance on the live stream, but still pay homage to the guy that you admire. That is, like, if anybody could be a homer, it's a guy that the school has put in their Hall of Fame. And he still doesn't act like a complete homer. He's a pro.
Interesting.
Your chance to be that guy. It's up to you.
Very interesting.
Arrowhead's really easy to root against, though. They're the number one team in the state. Real easy.
I mean, Jason
Real
brings
easy.
up some good counterpoints, but I still say homer it up, like in a big way. Next.
Whoa, Nelly. We don't have that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Nelly.
Back to you, Hunter.
Is it live or is it Memorex?
My TikTok has been flooded with people making like sea shanties, but giving you instructions on how to fly like F-16s or drive tanks, and I don't know what's happening. This has just occurred in like the last 48 hours to me. Does anyone else's algorithms ever give you like super weird stuff? Like, I've never looked up how to fly an F-16 in my life, but it's showing up on my TikTok now.
Yeah, I am only on Twitter. I don't use any of the other platforms. I think I have an Instagram account that rarely do I use. So I'm not a TikTok guy. I had something come up, and I don't know why, but maybe it was because I was in Tuscaloosa. But there is a biscuits and gravy wrestle-off at a gentleman's club. So, yeah, it was the weirdest thing. I don't know why that showed up on my feed. But I'm just being honest with you guys, and it continues, because then I was like, this is it, and it said wrestling. And it was, I think there was somebody from Barstool. The whole thing was just really odd. And just for the record, last week in Tuscaloosa, we went to a steakhouse. I went back to the hotel. And that's what I did. I didn't go to any wrestling. I didn't go to any of that.
Breakfast?
No, I didn't even get breakfast. But the game was early. We had to do our fickling. It was 9 a.m. So I didn't get to catch any of the biscuits and gravy wrestling, but I think it's very similar to where Hunter's at. He's flying F-16s, and they're promoting biscuits and gravy wrestling for me. I'm not sure why.
Gravy wrestling. I think I speak for everyone when I say, whoa, Nelly.
Well, you're telling me, whoa. I'm being honest with you guys. You're telling me there's nothing goofy or wacky that has come up on any of your feeds that shouldn't have?
No, nothing
but
wacky,
it did?
Because I will say I am constantly flooded with whatever I search for, I then am inundated with. So, like yesterday, as I was walking the course, we've got this little golf area we've created where the girls' swing set used to be in our backyard. And so they've got a couple of spots where they can hit balls into a net. And I thought it would be a fun little decorative thing to put a ball washer back there. And I wanted to see if I could find like a used ball washer. You know, like they're on the stand. Like
I heard they have that down at that biscuits and gravy wrestling.
They may have that too.
No, I didn't bring up ball washing. I didn't bring it up. I did bring up gravy wrestling, but I didn't bring anything up about ball washing.
And now I just get, and I search for a specific type of golf ball that Sydney and Madison want. And so now I'm getting inundated with tailor-made stuff. Like, it's just, I am amazed at how quickly that takes hold. And then it's in all of your social feeds.
TaylorMade starts selling ice cream?
Back to me.
I will say this. I saw, and this is another thing I saw on my feed that I thought was really interesting. It's not about wrestling or ball washing.
Oh, okay.
These places where you go and get ice cream and you make yourself a cone.
Yeah.
And so there's a hack that you fill the bottom of your cone, then you use a different cone and you reverse it, and you smush the ice cream down, and then you can swirl around the tip of the other cone, so you end up with two cones. And you have the ice cream smashed into the bottom cone, and then the other cone pinnacles up, and you swirl around it, so you're going to end up biting. You're going to have double cone and all that ice cream.
Why do I want double cone?
You get more ice cream. And I think this shouldn't be legal,
you got one cone
but it's a
here,
hack.
You got one cone here, and you put them
So here's the
together?
deal. You put the ice cream in the base of the cone, then you grab the other cone, you smush the ice cream down so that it kind of plats down, and then that cone is now stuck up, and you swirl around that cone.
So you put the bottom of the cone in,
and you shove down, and then because it pinnacles up.
Yeah.
So you smush, and then you do this, and it gets, I think you end up using more ice cream. So I don't think it's something you should do, but it was a hack. And I saw that. Those are the two things that stuck into my mind this week when I looked at that.
Whoa, Nelly.
Maybe it's just food stuff that shows up, and they were trying to promote the biscuits and gravy more than the wrestling component.
All right, we have an in-house Feelgood Friday painted by Holman Lindsay Paints, and we have one that I want to share from a visit that I made to Green Bay Southwest High School on Tuesday or Monday. So we will get to both of those as we wrap up the show and wrap up the week with Feelgood Friday painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. We'll do that next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Narrow Spine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Rich Eisen.
What he has become in the NFL is truly remarkable. We all know his journey. Cleveland decided to go with Deshaun Watson instead of him, and then he's the guy. You never want to be the guy after the guy. Certainly when the guy is Tom Brady. You want to be the guy who comes after the guy, after that guy. And all he has done is win football games. Baker Mayfield, in weeks 1 and 2, led fourth quarter game-winning drives with hardly any time left in Atlanta and in Houston. And Baker's essentially saying, come at me. And I can't get enough of that. How many times do you call a quarterback a football player? Because this guy plays football. And what that means is he's not a piece of fine china back there that you can't touch. As a matter of fact, if you touch him, you're only going to serve to instigate. And all he does is just dig in and win football games.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
Hey everybody, this is Stephen Bauer, CEO of the Guest House of Milwaukee. You know, homelessness isn't just a number. It represents our neighbors and our community. At Guest House of Milwaukee, we've spent decades helping people find stability, housing, and hope. On Thursday, November 13th, we invite you to our gala, A Night of Hope and Dignity. It's a night to stand with those working to overcome homelessness and those who support them. Join us. Tickets are available at guesthouseofmilwaukee.org, and together we can change lives.
Every great team starts with a strong defense, and the same's true in business. That's why companies trust Trend Micro for cybersecurity. From ransomware to phishing to the most advanced cyber threats, they help protect your network, your data, and your people. With over 35 years of expertise, Trend Micro has built a defensive playbook trusted by enterprises worldwide. Your business works too hard to get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right. That's trendmicro.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Born and raised under the rain and a western wind, felt the weight. Try to live up.
All right, we got a jam-packed Feelgood Friday painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. But Jesse, I'm being told you have something to give away?
Yeah, this is part of a good Feelgood Friday here. Shaq, the big Diesel. DJ Diesel tonight. He couldn't make it to the Brewers game the other night, and Tausch can't measure the
Missed
team
a hell
because
of a
of
first
that.
pitch.
But he is in Madison tonight.
Why? Who threw it last night?
The one and only Shaquille O'Neal turning Madison into the biggest party in the Midwest. DJ Diesel and Shaq's Base All-Stars are taking over the Sylvie tonight, and you have a chance to go right now. We have 3 pairs of tickets. Caller 1, caller 2, caller 3 right now, 844-770-3776 on the Carbliss ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. You and a guest at 844-770-3776 get to experience the energy, the beats, and the bass. A show you do not want to miss at the Sylvie, right next to our radio station in downtown Madison tonight. Call now, party with Shaq at the Sylvie tonight, 844-770-3776. Caller 1, caller 2, caller 3 get to go to DJ Diesel at the Sylvie tonight.
All right, Tausch, a couple of Feelgood Fridays. I know we're going to talk about the Greater Bucky Open. So first, an in-house Feelgood Friday. Our boy Josh DiMaggio has gotten a big promotion. He will still be producing Jen, Gabe, and Shuey, which I know a lot of our fans enjoy, but he also got a highfalutin title, and I just thought we should take this moment to publicly say, Joshy, we love you and congratulations.
The big cat.
Right?
Oh, God, is he my manager now?
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Hall monitor, Joshy.
I find myself being concerned about your job status. If that's the
I
case.
would too. Oh, boy.
All right, and then we're going to wrap up with the Greater Bucky Open, but I got to do something great this week. I got to see Jordan Love and the impact that he has. And, Tausch, you know this from your experience of going to schools. Whenever a Packer, much less the quarterback, walk in to this, in this case, it was the practice field at Green Bay Southwest High School. Jordan Love doing his Love for Cleats campaign for a second straight year along with U.S. Venture, where he gives cleats to local teams. They're all in Wisconsin. And every touchdown he scores, whether it's passing or rushing, he outfits an entire team from kindergarten through 12th grade. So it could be a high school team, could be a youth team with new cleats. And he launched it with the Green Bay Southwest Trojans. Also threw an interception to one of their linebackers when they were doing a little 7-on-7. And talking with Marcos Martinez, who had the interception, he's a junior linebacker. He got so emotional talking about what it meant to him that Jordan Love was here. It was more than just the shoes. It was about him being there and investing and pouring into these kids. It was great. And so I'm working on a little video story, which is the first time I've tried to do this. It's taking me a while for channel3000.com. But I've also got the written version that'll be up on Sunday as well. So I'm excited to tell that story. That is my Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. You got a Greater Bucky Open hat.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's right in front
the
of
one
you.
that's right in front of you, in fact.
Oh, I didn't know you had transitioned off. Great job by Jordan and his team. Great job by the Greater Bucky Open team as well. What I love about coming out here is this. The American Family Children's Hospital has been a staple. We all love that it's here and it's available to everybody in the state of Wisconsin and Dane County and everything else. But this is a grassroots operation. This is the 29th year they've been doing it. Started off with just a couple of buckies and a couple of buddies, and they raised a couple $100. And it's gotten to the point where they are closing in on raising $1 million in their 29th year of doing this. So the whole time they just kept chipping and chipping, and they're getting to that point. So kudos to Derek and the whole team out here at the Greater Bucky Open. It gets bigger every year, and they just continue to make a big impact in the community. So tip the cap to Bucky. Bucky was nice today. Didn't give me a concussion. Awesome stuff by the Greater Bucky Open squad.
You know, I got to go to a few of those. Not the one where Jesse was talking when they were talking about serious stuff, but couldn't make it there today with obviously some Packers stuff going on. But it is a great thing, and the grassroots nature of that project and what it's become, those guys should feel really, really proud of what they've done, because it's an awesome, awesome thing. All right, that is it for us this week. We'll be back on Monday to talk about the Packers' shutout of the Browns, or maybe something else. We'll see what happens on Sunday in Cleveland. That's it for us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today?
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want.
Podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
What is up, Madison? I'm Hunter Vaughn. Your Sports Center update is brought to you by Stoughton Health, providing experienced physicians, nurses, therapists, technicians, and staff for personalized, forward-thinking, expert health care. Stoughton Health, trusted care close to home. The Milwaukee Brewers got their brooms out at AmFam Field as they took down the Angels 5-2 last night. Quinn Priester was fantastic with 10 strikeouts, including striking out the first 6 batters of the game.
1-2 pitch. And a called third strike right down the middle with a sinker. 6 batters, 6 strikeouts. Come all without, come all within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn.
With that victory, Milwaukee now has a 6-game lead in the NL Central, and their magic number to win the division is down to 4 games. Also, Milwaukee is up to a 3-game lead on the Philadelphia Phillies for the 1 seed in the National League. Milwaukee heads on the road for a 3-game series starting tonight in St. Louis. The Rich Eisen Show starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Hey, everybody.
Can't get enough of the Rich Eisen Show? You're in luck. You can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern. Miss the show? We've got a podcast so you can listen anytime. But here's the best part. Our YouTube channel. Subscribe at youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show and you'll never miss a moment. Now, on with the show.
Yeah, I'm going to call it. I'm going to retire.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Our expectation was to come in here and win the game.
Picked off by Terrell Bernard. Live from the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles. Earlier on the show, NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero. Coming up, ESPN NFL analyst Marcus Spears. Plus, latest news and more. And now, it's Rich Eisen.
Hour 2 of this Friday before week 3.